What is up, YouTube? This is DBZ439 coming at you with another deck profile, and this time it's Cyber Dragons. I recently took this deck to my local card shop for a box tournament, and I got first place. I just want to give a quick breakdown of my matchups before getting into the actual deck profile. And as always, we're going to have the deck list down in the description box below, so if you just want to check that out, feel free to do so. Anyways, so it was a 6-round tournament, 4 rounds of Swiss, 2 rounds of Top Cut, so top 4. And first place gets a box, second place gets half a box, and third and fourth place get a quarter of a box. But thankfully, I got out with the dub. I got victory in the final round. So, I got the box, and I actually pulled a Prosperity and an Underworld Goddess. So that was basically the best box you can get for Blazing Vortex. But with that said, let me just quickly break down my matchups. So round 1, I played Altergeist, and I got demolished. He 2-0'd me. I forgot how Altergeist played. I even forgot that Multi-Faker was at 3. I felt like a scrub, and I really didn't want to, continue with the tournament, but there was Top Cut, so there was hope. So, anyways, just keep in mind I lost to Altergeist round 1. Round 2, I played Eldest Sky Striker, went to game 3, but I got the win because Anti-Spell was a great side card. We'll get into my sides. Round 2, I played Sky Striker, and he was blind second Sky Striker, so he made me go first. But again, Cyber Dragons have a really good matchup going for against Sky Striker because you can contact fuse all their link monsters. But going first, you just set up Dragoons, Infinity, and they just have a hard time getting over Dragoons, honestly. So that was round 3. So again, round 1, Striker, I lost. Round 2, Striker Eldritch, I won. Round 3, pure blind second Striker, I won that. And then last round of Swiss, I played Spirit Charmers. And basically the goal of that deck was to sit on like an indestructible Charmer with Secret Village. And he was doing well up until that point. I beat him because, Verte Anaconda can dump the spell for cost. So I just, circumvented that. And I got the win. I 2-0'd. So that was all in Swiss. I went 3-1. And after Swiss, I was 3rd place, I believe. And then in Top Cut, I played the second seed person. He was playing Virtual World. I ended up 2-0'ing him, thanks to Zeus. So, it's a new addition to the deck. And then in the last round, I played the Altergeist player, who was undefeated the entire night. And I lost him round 1, so I got the jitters. But thankfully, I pulled out the win in game 3. And it was a great feeling to finally top with this deck. And I got a box with it. So overall, I went 5-1. But I won the last 5 in a row, so that felt great. So I know that was a pretty lengthy breakdown of my matchups. If you have any questions about that, please leave it down in the comment section below, and I can answer any specific questions. With that said, let's start the deck profile with the main deck. Obviously, Cyber Dragon deck. I'm maxing on triple Cyber Dragon, alternate art. Side note, we're going to get the LT version of this specific art, hopefully, in the next OTS pack, so I'm excited for that. But I play Machine Dupe, so you want to max on this, and it's great going second because it's a free body. Makes your Link plays and your Rank 5 plays. Best normal summon in the deck, triple Cyber Dragon Core. Fixes your hand. You always want to see this card, especially with Machine Dupe. Grabs anything you need, Cyber Spell and Trap. Obviously, Graveyard Effect to banish and Special Summon Cyber Dragon from deck is also pretty clutch. Next up, triple Herz. Sorry to all my fellow Cyber Dragon players, this card did not get reprinted recently, so this card is kind of fetching an expensive price point at the time of recording this video. So again, sorry to all those Cyber Dragon players that are trying to build this deck. You need 3 of this card. Hopefully it gets reprinted in this Cyber Dark structure deck, but that remains to be seen. This card just lets you maintain advantage, especially off of Galaxy Soldier and Dragoons. So Dragoons, if you have 1 in hand and 1 in grave, you can recycle the other Herz with the Herz you pitch in hand. So that's insane. And obviously with the Galaxy Soldier, you don't want to neg off an advantage. So if you have this and a Soldier, it's a free Infinity, regardless of what other cards are in your hand. Again, it's a good Machine Dupe target. Last Cyber Dragon monster we play is the one Nachster. It's good to the mid to late game. You really don't want to see it. You just really want to search it. And it can revive like your Chimeratech or Infinity or even Nova. And then I guess the honorary Cyber Dragon monster, Double Galaxy Soldier. Again, searchable off of Cyber Repair Plant, and it gets into your Nova, which can extend for link plays, and then you go up into Infinity. So that's it for like the Cyber Dragon turbo cards. Next up, like we have like a hand trap lineup. So obviously Triple Ash. No need to explain why this card is amazing, but this is a blind second deck if you already can't tell. But yeah, so Triple Ash, the one Dinowrestler Pankratops, and the one Jizukiru. Now in my previous deck profile, I was running the Gamma package, and that and playtesting in multiple locals, that was always breaking for me. So I opted to go with one Pankratops, and we're gonna get to the next card that I replaced the Gamma package with. But before that, obviously Jizukiru came in clutch against Ultrageist, being able to sack their Silk or preventing them to bounce on my turn is insane. But basically for the Gamma package, I replaced triple Gamma with triple Skull Meister, and then obviously the one Pankratops. And this card comes in clutch. There are some times where I wish I had DD Crow, especially against Striker, but that didn't bother me. But this hurts a lot of decks, and I think it warrants a main deck spot if you guys have it. If you don't, I definitely recommend DD Crow for the budget replacement. And then the last of the monsters is the double bricks. I'm grateful that I didn't really see these two cards often when I won the box tournament, but sometimes I did. But usually those games I scooped. But for the most part, these two didn't give me trouble, and I felt completely fine cutting the Gamma package. It's higher ceiling, but if the Dragoons package ever gets banned, I wouldn't mind adding the Gamma, the driver as a brick. Okay, that's it for the monsters. On to the spells. We have, starting off with probably the best one. Oh, not the best one, but like the one you want to see because it gets you into your Cyber Dragon core, and then your core can get you whatever you need. But if you already have your core, then you can get your Herz. It just fixes your hand, basically the roto of the deck. And this is kind of like the power play of the deck. Triple Machine Dupe. I'm not going to lie, there's a lot of times where I don't want to see this card just because I don't have a target in hand. Obviously, you see my minuscule, like, Cyber Dragon, 500, like, targets viable for Machine Dupe. So I run the one Nachster, the 3 Herz, the 3 core, and then obviously the 3 emergency. So sometimes you might not even, like, resolve this card if you don't open a target. But that's why, like, I side one out if I'm going, like, blind second. Tech choice, I guess. This was Nibiru, but I opted to go with Cosmic Cyclone just because of the matchups I was facing. At my locals, there's a lot of back row deck. Like I said, Striker, Ultra Guy, so I just opted to go with Cyclone. This was in the side, but I swapped it for Nibiru. Onto the other Cyber Dragon spells that you want to search off of core. The one Repair Plant and the one Revsystem. This card helps you play through Nibiru. And this card can search your Jizukiru or your Galaxy Soldier, which is insane. Next up for the one-ofs, the one Overload Fusion, obviously dump off the Verte Anaconda. It helps you make Chimeratech, which helps you pop back row. The one Red Eyes Fusion, put in so much work for the win. Dragoons is just so oppressive. It should get banned, but I just hope they hit the Fusion or the Dragoons and not the Anaconda, because I at least want to be able to play my Overload Fusion. I think that'd be a fair trade-off, but that remains to be seen. Last of the spells, the one Mind Control. Again, blind second deck. Helps you link up into Verte Anaconda, and it's just a great bait card. So that's it for the spells. On to our traps. We play 4. We run the triple Imperm, which is technically in archetype because it has Cyber Dragon Infinity on it. But jokes aside, this card is good. It's just a really good generic hand trap, and it doesn't fall prey to tactics. So, yeah, and it's good to stopping the Anaconda. And the last trap card, obviously the one Overflow. All the Cyber Dragon players know what this does, but it doesn't bounce for cost, and it doesn't target. And if it gets popped, you get a search. So it's just so much stuff, and it's searchable off of core. So that's what makes it really, really insane, especially against back row decks. Okay, that's it for the main deck. Let's quickly go on to the side. Again, like I said, I was maining Nibiru, but I ended up going with Cosmic just because of the locals that I run. So triple Nibiru, pretty standard. Triple Lancia is good against most of the meta decks, so some people are even opting to main it, and I think that they have a valid argument, but I just didn't find enough space in the main to main it. Next up for the side, triple Dark Runner no more, again for unbreakable boards. Triple evenly match, pretty good against rogue and back row decks. And so all these 12 cards helped me go second, which I want to, but there's a lot of times where I had the gut feeling that people are going to make me go first because I'm playing Cyber Dragon, which is a blind second build. So I opted to play Anti-Spell, and I have no regrets. It just slows down so many opponents, and you just, like, even if you're locked out of your spells, you still want to keep card advantage in hand just to pitch off a Dragoon, and you just control the game state with Dragoon and Infinity, and you can win. And it's important to suck up your own Predaplant, Verte, Anaconda with Infinity, just so they can't super poly away your Dragoon. So in this particular deck, I feel Dragoons has a lot of synergy. Onto the extra deck, we run 5 links, the 1 Seeger for OTK, the 1 Anaconda, obviously for the Dragoons, and the Chimeratech Rampage. The 1 Link Spider for Nibiru token. This came up against Striker round 3 when I played through Nibiru and Ash, and it felt great. I still ended on Dragoons, and I popped his Nibiru, and I had like Anti-Spell and like I think Overflow as well. So I just complete this card just helps make your Nibiru token an effect monster for Anaconda, and then you're gonna summon the Chimeratech Rampage off of the Nova effect. Rest of the links, the 1 Anima that didn't really come up, and the 1 Almiraj, again pretty standard for Cyber Dragon players to link off your core. Onto the XZs, we run the double Infinity and the double Nova. Nova helps you revive, which helps you link ladder, not Harvest Return, and people usually Nibiru this or strike it or warning, and you still get like card effects, so that's insane. Infinity is Infinity, Omni Negate, which is insane. The new addition to the deck, Zeus. This card did come up against Virtual World, so in game, Infinity is a 1-for-1. But like if you can stack with Zeus, it's 2 negates. So I feel Zeus is good against like back row decks. It only came up once against Virtual World, but it did put in work. It used to be Pallades, but Zeus is still a really nice card. Like I said, it can offer you up to 2 negates if you stack properly with Infinity, and it's just a really good card. You just don't want to have this with Dragoons because it's going to send your own Dragoons. But yeah, that's it for the XZs. Quickly onto the fusions. We have the 1 Dragoons, basically the boss monster of the deck outside of Infinity. The 1 Mechaba, target for Nova, mostly for the Dogmatica matchup. The 1 Rampage for the OTK and summon off the Overload fusion. The 1 Megafleet and the 1 Chimeratech Fortress for Jizukiru, and then Megafleet for like Link monsters. So yeah, that wraps it up for the extra deck. And that actually wraps it up for the deck profile. So guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you guys like this content, please consider commenting, liking the video, and subscribing to the channel. It really inspires me to churn out more content for you guys. Thanks again so much for watching, and have a nice day.